Okay folks, today I'm going to be tying up a Moy special. I'm going to be tying on a single hook bead head, as you can see. So this is a B175 hook, different from the size from the hooks I've previously done bead heads on. So for the tag, I'm just going to use silver oval basically. Okay, so just add that on. Bring that down the fly until you're about halfway between the barb and the point, and then bring it back up again. Okay, then just start winding that on. Again, I'm using white thread, so hopefully if anything slips or I've missed something on my end here, you won't see it. Okay, and there's another reason why I'm using white thread, I'll tell you later on. Okay, so just need to run that up again. It's going to be a flat body, so I'm going to try and reduce the bulk as much as possible. I'm just trying to keep it level. Okay. Now the body is orange runner, Artic runner. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if the original had this, but I'm going to tie it in 3 parts, similar to the way I do all my runner tails, just because it helps with the. Because it helps ensure that there's no tail wrapping, or at least reduces the tail wrap. So the first layer is going to be, it's basically going to be just your hair and your underfur all in one. That's going to be about the length of your hook, or maybe a wee bit less. Yeah, okay. So I'll add that on. Okay, and then I'm going to add on a wee bit of flesh here just on top of that. And it's a bit of a stiffer flesh, it's not Mayo flesh or anything they got there. It's basically just gold crystal flesh. But again, whenever the water catches this, it'll help blend the shape, ensure there's still movement, but give it a bit of support. And cut to whatever length you want. Okay. Then the middle section, again, it's going to be Arctic runner again. This time I'm going to ensure that I can get some longer fibres. I'm going to put off all underfur this time. I'm going to make sure this goes probably about twice the length of the previous section. Okay, I can see there's a few big guard hairs there as well, so I think they might be a wee bit long, but I always like to add in a few guard hairs on top. So I'll just take just a handful, maybe 3 or 4. Okay, and they'll help bounce in the flow. Okay, start to see the tapered shape now. And then on top of that I'm going to add some more flesh, but this time it's Angelina or craft fibre, angel hair, whatever you want to call it. And again, this is a lot softer, so this will also blend in well. And then just cut the size you want. And that's good to me. And then the final part of the tail is just another section. This time I want to remove the guard hairs and the underfur. So each section is completely different. And then that's going to be out to about the same length as the first section. So the top section and the bottom section will pinch and support that middle section. Okay, and then I'm going to just run it up tight to the rib, tight to the tag, which will hopefully kick that up. I always like to wet my tails on the runner just to see the profile, and I'm very happy with that there. Okay, so just going to add in a wee bit of super glue onto my thread and just secure this in on up. Just cut off your excess. Okay, so the next part is going to be, it's basically red floss tail. It can be glow bright, or this is just unbranded floss, but it's all the same basically, isn't it? I've doubled this up, and it's entirely up to yourself the size you want to make this, but I like quite a large butt for these kind of shrimp flies. And this will show up well above the white thread. If I had red thread or black thread, it wouldn't show up anywhere near as neat, and would actually dull as it got wet. Trying to just neaten up here a bit here. What happens when you be a bit sloppy. Okay. I'll just try and build up a wee bit of a gentler slope because I'm conscious of the body. Okay. And then for the rib we're going to use tinsel again. This is just a small, drop that, small silver. Just add that in. Oh. Add that in underneath. And then as we're going back up again, I'm going to put on my basically orange holographic mailer, or flat tinsel, whatever you want to call it. So I'm putting this on top. And I'm going to just try and level the body as much as possible. I'm not going to worry too much, but if I can, I'm going to see if I can get it nice and level for the best part of the fly. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is add on just see if I have a pin about. No, I don't. Keeping this for something else. Just going to add on a wee bit of super glue. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on the thread. Okay. And that'll start to soak into the thread, and as that's soaking in, I'm going to come in with my flat tinsel. Touch and turns. You won't get any slippage once it is secured in because it's super glue. Okay. Normally I'd be using a flat braid, but it's very hard to get the flat braid in this colour. I'm just sticking with flat stuff. Oh, a wee bit of slippage. As you can see, it slipped there because I have the super glue on. It didn't slip too much. It's another reason. So super glue makes it really durable. It also makes it easier to tie in. I think that'll do because I'm going to be coming back on top of this anyway. Okay. Up enough of that there. Okay, and then I'm going to come up with our tinsel. So one wrap just round the butt, and then 5 turns or so the body. Okay. So normally when I'm renting this kind of fly, well, this time is to varnish the body because that's just regular tinsel. It's not flat braid, and because that's glow bright, or it's a not glow bright, but it's a floss. The teeth of the fish could damage that. So just for an extra bit of durability, I get a varnish. And you can do a couple of layers, but I just normally do one for this kind of fly. And that'll ensure that if a fish takes it and you're lucky enough to even land it, it won't destroy the fly. Because I'm sure you've all fought fish and then afterwards you think, God, I'll have another cast and see if there's another one there. By the time you look at your fly, it's unravelled. So that'll give it a very durable finish. And if you want, you could tap a few batches of these and then come back. But I'm going to just take a wee break here and then I'll come back about half an hour when it's dry. Okay, so that's the varnish all dried, and you'll probably notice that I've changed the thread as well. The hot orange thread, just to match the bead so it blends in easier. So the wing for this fly, usually the original had 2 parts. It had yellow bucktail with yellow fox over it. I'm just going to go for yellow fox because there's enough movement in the tail that if the current's too fast to hold the fox, it's going to be too fast to hold the tail as well. So I've got yellow fox. This is fox pelt. This is a patch from AM Fly 10. I have to say, I love the colour in it, and yeah, real good quality. I was a bit surprised actually when I took it out of the packet there today to tie with. So I'm just going to grab a piece. You've seen this in probably in other videos here, that because fox pelt, there's a few guard hairs. I just want to remove those guard hairs. And then I'm going to hold it close to the top and then just remove all that under fur. You can keep that for dubbing if you like. But again, that'll just create a lot of bulk if you don't. Okay. If you want, you can taper it a little bit if you like, just by twisting it and putting away fibres at the same time. Okay, so I want this to extend to the bend of the hook. So about there should be perfect. I'm just going to use pinch and loop. And I've just a couple of turns there just to secure that in. And then wet my fingers, I'm going to just cut the excess off. And because I've left a bit of a gap at the front, I hope that this will go in underneath the bead as a tie down on top of it. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a wee bit of super glue on the thread as I go back up. I like to have super glue on the wing. Maybe just an inch or two on the thread. Hold the wing and then just a couple of turns on top of that cut end. I'll give a very secure hold. Okay. Then, then I'm going to use jungle cock on both sides of the wing. I'll just put these together. You can put these on afterwards if you like. Just think it's a bit neater at this stage. Okay. Just trying to level each side up. Okay. I'm happy enough with that there. And okay, cut off your excess. Okay, now then, no harm putting a wee bit of super glue on that thread again. Okay, now then the last thing we need to do is just add our hackle. So for the hackle it's going to be hot orange badger cock. I've got a wee hackle prepared here. So what I do, it's quite a big hackle. This is a size 6 trout fly, so probably about a size 8 salmon fly. Basically I spread out the fibres and pinch off the end. I suppose 3 or 4 fibres they got there, create a bit of a V. Normally wax my thread, but there's a wee bit of super glue still there that should be tacky. And tie in at that V. And then pull the fibres back. And continue tying. Okay. And then we just start to train our fibres inwards. Makes it easier to double. And we'll start tying in our hackle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got about 4 or 5 turns over the hackle. Normally I wouldn't do anywhere near that because the size of fly. I think it'll suit it. Just going to cut off the axis. Okay. I'm just going to add in a wee bit more thread to the head. Then what I'm going to do is I don't really like to varnish the head once, well I don't like to varnish the bead heads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wee bit of varnish on a needle here and add it to the thread. So to protect it that way. So we're still varnishing it but not doing the coats on top of it. Okay, and then just a couple of turns of the whip finish tool. 1, 2, 4, 5. And that is your Beadhead Moy special, folks. Hope you found that useful. If you did, please hit that like button down below. Drop us a comment, and as always, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Much appreciated, folks. Till next time, all the best.